What's up, everybody? It's your boy BX Token coming from the Get Brick podcast. God damn it, I fucked that all up, didn't I? I had it so perfect the first two times, man.
It's been
What?
it's been perfect.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the big. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Get Brick podcast. It's your boy BX Token coming at you with Liz and our special guest today, Enzo. How you doing today, Enzo?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Sliz, how about you, my guy?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Just balls deep in work, you know? You know how it goes.
Nice. Enzo, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
So let's start this. My name is Enzo. I'm from Brazil, from São Paulo. I'm 21 years old and I work for Elevate as Latin America Esports manager.
Latin American esports, man. What does that all entail, man? I mean, I know that Elevate has a lot of North American teams, more like Hispanic teams, Brazilian teams. What do you focus on? What is your main goal there at Elevate?
Well, as a Latin American manager, like I need to manage all esports and also all content. I'm giving you guys a spoiler, but we have a plan for it. But everything related to Latin America. So people from Brazil, teams from Brazil, and also from another parts of America, not including North America, of course. But yeah, since esports, teams, coaches, managers, content creators, everything is my end, you know.
Right, it's your entity. I mean, tell us about the Apex team, man. I mean, that had to be a huge thing for Elevate. You guys taking that split.
Man, it was a daydream. Honestly, it's been like since the tournament, we had so much fans coming to us. It's been like a crazy thing to happen. But
Nice.
you know, we honestly we didn't expected this to happen. For me, at least.
For you, at
So
least.
yeah, it's been yeah. I thought like, man, we won't make to the finals,
Right.
and we made it, and we beat it Optic.
And we beat it out. Yeah, I love that, man. Hey, when you beat Optic, you got to take that. You got to take that as a one up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a hard team to
sure.
beat, especially with the financial backing they have compared to smaller teams like Elevate who don't have the financial backing. Tell me how difficult it is to really build a team without the financial backing of like these major esports.
So honestly, you know, when you don't have the money to spend in a new team, uh, so you're not. How can I say this? You're never going to be focused on in being like the best team of the region.
Right.
So you always think in the future. So man, I need talented players that have a potential to grow. That's always the
Right.
point. So
I mean,
it's not like, sorry, go on.
Go on. Sorry, I was interrupting you.
No, it's like if you have like I don't know if you watch football or soccer. So if you have money to spend, you won't spend in like a Neymar or a Messi, a big player. You're going to spend in a future star. So
Yeah, because
that's
you
our
have to get somebody that's
our
way less known for the money wise, right?
yeah, and that's our plan. We search for teams that are looking for an organization, and we see if the team has potential, and we always invest. We it's not a short period of time that we are looking for. We're looking for the future.
Long term.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, long term. Yeah, exactly.
And I think
So-
if a lot of teams did, oh, go ahead, Sliz, it's my fault.
I was just gonna say, do you guys have like almost like talent scouts in a way? Like, do you guys go out and find talent, or do you let them come to you, or is it sort of a mixture of both?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Cool.
But also, there are many guys and
Yeah.
girls too
Yeah,
that
yeah.
come to us saying like, "Man, I have this team, I have this media kit. Do you guys have interest?" And we, especially me, I watch the matches and see, man, this team is good, or no, this team is just trash.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, I mean, I guess you'd have to pick from like when they bring a team up to you. Like if a girl comes to you and is like, "Hey, we got a team." Sometimes you might like one of those players, but not like all of those players. How difficult is that process?
So, yeah, it's always hard to deal with people. So, especially when you have a team, uh, people inside of the team, they're all friends.
Yeah,
So, if you want to switch a piece, uh, you need to know that you're going to change friends, and that's always hard.
Yeah.
So, we always look for bringing a team where all the players have a potential, you know. But
right. Because you want to have that
some,
chemistry.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But when, like, for example, Rocket League, it's a 3v3 game.
Yeah.
Sometimes one of the players aren't good enough or as good as the other two. So a good strategy is to bring the team, and when you have the opportunity to change it, you do it.
Yeah, and that process is hard because I bet a lot of people don't want to see their friend get dropped. But I mean, that's
Yeah.
part of the business, you know.
Yeah,
I
that's part of
mean,
business.
me and Sliz talk about it all the time when we're talking about bringing people on as team members here. You know, like we don't have money to pay people. You know,
Yeah.
so it's all about really getting the exposure, getting the experience, and putting it down the resume. A lot of people don't realize even if you're not getting paid, that's still an internship. That's a resume that could be potentially great for you. One day
Yeah,
we blow
Yeah.
up, or one day whatever you're working on blows up. You know,
Mhm.
and it's hard to do without finances. So we see a lot of that over here over at Intel Optic and the bricks. So I mean, it's really difficult. My question to you is, what what were you like before esports? Was esports always on your mind, and what got you into esports?
So, that's a good question. When I was young, as almost all Brazilian boy, my dream was to be a football player,
Yeah.
soccer player, and I
You don't got
never,
to
I
change
never
it
had
for
the
us
skill.
Americans, man. It's soccer. It's football. God damn it! It's football. It's
Yeah,
obvious
it's
common
football.
sense football. The ball gets kicked
Yeah,
by
we
a
play.
fucking
Yeah,
football,
it's
by a foot.
exactly. But
You'll
I
get it here first from an American. It's goddamn football, and Americans are assholes for trying to change the name.
love it, man.
Come on, man.
I always said this to my teachers, the English school teachers. They always said, "No, it's soccer," and I said, "Man, it's football."
That's Americans for you, ignorance, bro. We'll sit there and change a sport that's been changed for 200 years. It had a name for 200 years, and we'll be like, you know what? Let's call it soccer because that makes sense. We're kicking it with a sock on instead.
And never had the skill for making it. So, you know, I didn't have much time to grind for and to train to be a football player, because I went very early for the college. I joined it when I was 16, and at that time, I thought like, man, I'm coursing marketing, and I love sports, every kind of sports. So I want to be part of sports marketing. That was my plan at the first time. And I mean, I always liked esports. I was a big fan of Rainbow Six. I had a team with my friends. We competed, this kind of
Oh wow.
stuff. And but never to be like esports never was at that time an option for me. Also, I I think my family will never support me at that time because
Yeah.
esports, it's something different, something not traditional, and I was
Which
doing
is
marketing.
very
Like,
difficult for Brazilian families, especially they're
yeah,
used to tradition and not change.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that
exactly.
had to be a shock for your family.
All the men in my family are lawyers, and I am the first one to, never never go to the law college, the law university. So first of all, it was
Damn,
like a shock for everybody, but
I bet.
I I I made a project to NVIDIA when I was in the college in the first years, and I fell in love for esports because
Wow.
I visited some pro players from Rainbow Six, and at that time I spoke with them and I saw their routine, all the esports scenario, and I said, man, I want to be part of it. So I went home that day, made a resume, and I went to website called Hitmarker, which is a job site, pretty good.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
description will be in the link down below.
it's a good website for you to join esports world.
Oh, dude, I checked it out as
Uh,
soon as you brought it up to me yesterday, man, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know there was a market like an Indeed for esports. Like, how many
Crazy.
people in this industry don't know this, man? Like, there could be so many
yeah,
potential players out there that just don't know about Hitmarker.
not only players, but like if you want to join,
Interns.
yeah, interns as designer, social media people, man,
I'm waiting for
it's you,
Elevate to
you
put up a
have.
post now for social media manager.
I mean, I think your social media managers are awesome. I
Yeah,
won't
they
change
are,
them for
bro.
now.
They are. I'm just giving them shit. You got to get your foot in where you can, baby.
I've got a question though for you, Enzo. Obviously, compared
Go
to
on.
other sports like football, basketball, esports is still relatively new in terms of how long people. It's been a thing. Less than 20 years,
Mhm.
really. Where do
Yeah.
you see esports in the next 5, 10, 20 years? Where do you see it evolving?
So, as I see, is everything is becoming content,
Yeah.
entertainment right now. So, esports, and conventional sports, everything is going to the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And I believe it's something like everything will be moving for this place, the streaming. So I think sports and esports are, in terms of, how can I say this, of popular perception, it's the same thing
Yeah.
now. Nobody says like, man, esports is not a sport.
No,
10 years
and
ago,
I
maybe
think
people say
I
that.
think they're really
Yeah, I agree.
merging. If I was to say anything, I think they're merging together. Look at the Phase collab with the NFL. Look
Yeah,
at the Phase collab with the NBA. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
Manchester
they just
City.
did
Yeah, yeah.
and they just did another collab that's dropping with Disney. So I mean, I see esports coming more mainstream. I wouldn't be surprised one day if they're playing the NBA 2K game esports on the big Peloton during the basketball games. You know what I'm saying? Same with Madden. I
Yeah.
don't see why they don't do it now. Like during breaks in between the game, why aren't you throwing the esports up there? Get it out there, get it known.
When I was in Spain, right, on holiday 2 years ago, I went to a bar and they were playing a CS:GO match on the screen. I was like, "Whoa, what the hell am I seeing, man?" I was actually in Spain watching CS:GO at a public, domain. I was actually impressed by it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
We
And
have
I
a
can't
lot of
remember
that
what the
going
game
on
was.
here too.
Yeah,
Here too.
crazy.
Here too. In the there's the cable TV and the, here we say, the open TV.
Yeah,
Uh, it's the common which everybody has on their houses. And there's esports championships. Free Fire, for example, which is a mobile game very popular in
Dope.
Brazil,
yeah,
but not well spread around the world. Like I think like it's very popular in Brazil and China
yeah.
and South Asia. And
I love it. I just started playing it yesterday after you told me about it, bro. I love that
yeah,
game.
it's a very light and a very good game. It's very funny to play. And man, finals are like Super Bowl for
Mm.
us, for Free Fire, the League of Legends, and also the Counter Strike. I don't know if you guys saw, but we had like last week the CS:GO major,
Yeah.
and there's a streamer called Gaules in Brazil, and he got 700,000 people watching live a match. It was
Crazy.
Wow,
like incredible
that's
thing.
insane. This to see where CS:GO is still at this time after being. I used to play CS:GO when it was considered a mod in Half-Life. Like that's how
Yeah.
old I am. If that tells you anything, you'd download this game called, you'd buy this game called Half-Life, and then you'd have to go on these back area, pretty much dark web websites to get these mods that you could install to play CS:GO on 1.6 before Stream was even around, before Steam
Yeah.
or Valve, for that instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you had three games that came with it: Team Fortress, Day of Defeat, and CS Counter Strike 1.6. I believe it was
Yeah.
1.5 there.
Crazy.
Craziness. And now you have a streamer in Brazil streaming 700 people the goddamn matches. Why do we hold back in other esports like that? Why are we so worried about the money right away? I mean, if everybody was allowed to do watch parties and stuff like that, esports would spread so much quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think a
sure.
lot of that's down to like say for example the Call of Duty League, the CDL. I think the reason people can't watch it is because it's something to do with copyright, and they want to earn the most amount of money they can.
Mhm.
They don't want a streamer to earn a lot of money via watching the game when they can earn it themselves. That sort of stuff.
That's why we
But I
had to
think,
stop doing watch parties, bro, because I was
yeah,
getting copyrighted on every single one of them, even if I didn't
literally,
play the audio. And if you get too many copyrights, they drop your whole channel.
yeah, man, it's not good. But that for me is a bad for Call of Duty specifically. It's quite a bad way of doing it, in my opinion. You want to have the community be able to organically evolve your game by doing watch parties, for example, CS:GO. The fact that that's not in Call of Duty is beyond me, to be honest. But yeah, definitely a good part in the evolution. I just want to ask you another question though. Two questions really. The first part is, what's the hardest part about your job? And then on the contrary, what's the best part about your job? Like two sort of either sides of it.
Okay. I'll start with the bad part. So,
Let's
like,
start with the
the bad
bad part.
part. Yeah, let's start with the bad part to end with the better one. The bad part is to deal with people. Deal with people
Yeah,
is always hard, and
yeah.
especially with young players, for example. So we have the Rocket League roster, and also
Mm,
I feel like in South America the Rocket League scenario is composed by guys from 15 years old to 17, 18 years old. So everybody's really, really young. I feel like I know the guy in the middle of the babies.
mm.
So the hardest part is to deal with people and contracts.
Yeah.
Players and young players don't have the like I'll say awareness, but
Or maturity.
the maturity and the awareness of I signed this contract, so I need to do these things.
Yeah.
And they're young people think like, okay, I can break the contract whenever I want. That's not true, and we need to speak with them, and there's like their mothers, their fathers calling me saying like, man, you're destroying my son's career. I
Damn.
said, man, it's business.
And
The
when it
best.
comes down to business like that, I mean, you get bad news. I mean, look at all the bad news and the bad publicity FaZe got with it, and there's a fine line with that. But is the contract really bad, or is the contract just not one to be done? And when you sign on to a contract, you have to hold up to your obligation. Problem this day and age is nobody wants to hold up to their obligation on contracts. I mean,
Yeah.
look at it; it's happening in the CDL. Look how many players are jumping from team to team, and then some of them go back to challengers because they don't want to hold up their end of the deal.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I never saw contract like being 100% good for
Mm.
the both parts. There's
It
always
never
some
is.
part.
There's always
There's
like
always some
there's a
part will
reason for
be,
that.
yeah. And if you think like, okay, uh, I I'm a player that never signed it for a team, and I want to join a team. As the first opportunity you have, and you're young, you have like 15 years old, and you want to be part of the competitive scenario, and you have this contract on your table. Uh,
Our
you
goal
want,
is
man, I need to sign this. I need to sign this, and you don't even
Yeah.
read. And when you going to be dropped, or for some reason you do some shit, uh, it's it's like a shock for the player,
Mm.
and also a shock for the organization. Like, I mean, man, you signed the contract. You're supposed to read this.
Yeah.
You're not
well,
supposed to do this.
well, the company as far like Elevate, for example, they're giving you an opportunity to get your name out there, get on a team to play. Your guys are going to pay for all their tickets everywhere. It's not supposed to be an even bargain. You know what I'm saying? We're giving you an
Yeah,
opportunity. Now we got to make money off that opportunity. What you do from here is on you now. You know, and
exactly.
that's what people need to realize. And that's the hard part. I mean, I'm 35 years old, and trust me, I've signed a lot of contracts in my life that I wish I hadn't signed, but I still had to hold up and do the deal at the end. You know, in my
Yeah.
industry, I'm a chef, so I go in and I do a lot of contract jobs. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I walk into things that were definitely not told to me in the contract, but I signed that contract. I still have to do what I planned to do when I went in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the best
So,
part of the job is, to be part of esports, and to be part of esports in a position that you know everything, what's going on with the team. You know what's going on in the championships they're going to play. For example, Rainbow Six. We have like how can I say this? It's not backdoor. It's the
yeah, man.
backstage. Yeah,
The
yeah. You have
back,
backstage news. You know what's going to happen. You know
exactly.
what's going on with the teams, other teams. That's the best thing. Of course, we can't tell like everybody what's going on, but it's good to know.
So
So it's
any
good to plan, to manage things, to seek for new players, to get in contact with players like that
that's got to be really
I
hard
was a
too,
fan.
being down in like South America, that area, trying to get a hold of players that are in different countries and trying to get a hold of players that are even in just the same country. It's got to be hard to do with all the different things going involved. You know, I was going somewhere with that and I totally lost my train of thought. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. I had it
got
going really good.
got a question as well. If you had to give someone advice of how to get into esports, besides like using the website you mentioned, what would you say to them, those people? What advice would you give?
So, first of all, I would say like if you have the passion, if you want to be part of it, uh, study.
Yeah.
And I'll say study because uh, when I like I felt like I needed to join the esports scenario. I tried to study the most of it. So I was like 24/7 at Twitch, and that wasn't a study properly, but I knew everything what was going on.
But I think that's a
Er,
proper study for esports. And I mean, seeing what
Yeah,
people are doing streaming. I mean,
seeing
streaming is
everything.
not easy. Streaming is not easy. When you're sitting there with zero people, a big goose egg as viewers, and you're still trying to be entertaining and you're having to fake it for yourselves. That is the hardest thing. Like that is my number one problem when it comes to streaming. I'll get in there, I'll be having zero people. Fuck this. Like this is tough. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this.
So watching those guys, they have a natural talent. Even those people with one viewer, two viewers, zero viewers, those guys are busting their asses, and those are the ones that I really think that have the heart to get there. People that sit there every day with zero views.
Yeah, and they
Those are
try
the
to
people I want to
interact
get involved
like
with.
with 0 viewers. That
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fair, you know. It's streaming. The streaming world is not fair. I'll say that there are many people that are very talented and don't
Yeah.
have the recognition they deserve.
So tell us, Enzo. Tell us, Enzo. What 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 are you guys trying to do over at Elevate right now? We're coming up on the last little bit of the podcast, so I really want to get out there what you guys want to get out there. You guys have anything you guys want to put out in the news right now on Elevate?
So I'd say that we're we're trying to build a very solid team for Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six is like our main goal, our main player, our main team. So our plan is to build a strong team, strong content for Rainbow Six. It's like our main goal. We have the best Asian team in the world right now. So it's we have a good position.
You guys definitely
We
do
have
have the best
fans.
team.
Yeah, we have the fans from Asia. We have fans from NA and all over the world. That like when Elevate is going for an international event, we are always like underdogs because of our region, but we are not. We are a strong team. So Rainbow Six is like our biggest goal, and to make a strong team to compete against European, Brazilian teams, and now North American teams. It's our main goal. You know.
Now with that being said, we all heard that the Rainbow Six team from Elevate isn't making it to Charlotte. But we are, as far as I've talked to you, Elevate has every intention of being at the next major, correct? Over in Raleigh? No, that's not Raleigh, that's Apex. But at the
It's
next
Apex.
event, yeah, that's Apex. It's in Raleigh. But you guys are going to make the next major, correct?
So uh, there's a plan.
There's a
We
plan.
want to make it. We want to make it. But we need the visas.
The
And
visas.
to get into the United States is a very hard thing, especially when you don't have the visa. Uh, but we are going to apply for it. We're going to have like the interviews with the players and the coach and everybody that's going to to North Carolina. And like we're praying that everything you know
Good man. I wish you
goes
guys the best
well,
on that.
and we
It's
yeah
such a
it's
tough thing
like
right now, especially with the COVID protocols that have still been in place. Like that had to
Yeah,
be
man.
so hard for your team, man. I feel so bad for those guys.
and not to make not being able to go to an international event. It's it's like a man. It's like you break your leg and you can walk. It's like we lose, of course, we lose money, our prize pool, but we also lose the moment.
Yeah.
We lose the event. We
And
lose
you take a
media
chance of losing those
coverage.
players, man. Take a chance of losing those players. They signed up to play, and they didn't get to play. That's tough, man. It has to be so hard
Yeah,
for their morale.
yeah, and we feel them. Like if you are a player and you get a spot in the international events, of course you want to go. Of course you want to go, and it's frustrating for the players and also for us when we don't make it. So it's not our fault. It's like government faults and this kind of stuff. But it's frustrating in the same way.
Yeah. With that said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this podcast up. Do you have anything you want to get out there on your own, Enzo? Anything Enzo's
Uh,
doing?
Man, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity of being in the podcast. I want to
Thank you,
thank
man.
all the Optic community and the fans and everybody for the opportunity to speak here. It's a pleasure, and I'm looking forward again for new episodes.
New episodes,
Cool,
and
man.
Enzo will be with us. So check it out. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna leave you at that. Sliz, you got anything for the fans?
Just keep it 100, boys. Keep grinding. Stay focused on the mission, whatever your mission is. Just keep at it, and you'll get your results one day. Just keep grinding,
Uh,
baby.
Hell
What we gotta
yeah.
do.
All right, Greenwall. We're out of here. Have a good one. Goodbye.
See you.